and welcome to my video. So for today's video, we are going to be drawing my boyfriend and I. This is a Valentine's Day present. This is probably going to be my first and last portrait, at least for a long time. Portraits are not my favorite thing to do, but I just thought it was appropriate. So enjoy! So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is lighten up the sketch with my nude eraser. And then I was planning on going ahead and starting with skin tones. But what I quickly realized was I hadn't previously checked if the old phone that I used for reference photos was charged, and it was not. So instead of going in against my better judgment and just waiting, I'm going to go ahead and work on the background. I'm just going to do a solid color since there's so much going on in the main photo. And I do know that there's still some flaws going on with the sketch, but I've got the basics down. Hopefully I can fix them with the colored pencils as I go. I'm trying to gently do this because some of my lines are stronger than others, and I don't want to completely erase the lighter spots. So I'm gonna do like a light blue background. What I'm doing right now, because I'm starting with the background, is I'm kind of coloring a border, giving myself some space, and then I'll fill in the rest. So this is something called a pencil extender. This one happens to be double-sided and it's 2 different sizes. So there's different versions, but the kind I'm using now is no name, and it came in like a hodgepodge of art supplies from the thrift store. So you slide this little tube down, you shove your pencil inside, and then you push this back up to tighten it, and now it's a lot more comfortable. Something you also may have noticed from the corner of the video, may not have, I have had a pencil sharpener on standby because I knew I would need to use it a lot. I've been using this one for a little while. I got it off Temu. At this point, if you've been on my channel, you know I'm obsessed with Temu. I'm always on there for art supplies and random household stuff. But something I just realized how to use, I've had it for like 2 months now, so I should have realized this sooner, is it is adjustable for the tip. So actually let's sharpen it so that I can use it as a pointer. And you can also notice that when it's done sharpening, it'll still take a little bit off, but it's not, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but when you're sharpening it, you can tell a pressure difference. So you've got like flat tip, and then it slowly becomes like sharp for details. And it has a little knob on this part. It's got like a flat spot with a little knob on it. and you just turn that to the level of sharp that you want. Like the sharper you want for details, and then the duller you want for wider open spaces, like I should have been using the whole time here. And then I've just been pressing the button. I don't think you need to. I think that's to release it so that you can empty all of the shavings that don't fall down into the compartment down here. This is gonna be a disaster. But they come out in like these little twisty tubes. They come out into like these little curly cues, little twisties, rather than your traditional pencil sharpener. And it's essentially the same mechanism as your classic school pencil sharpener. And everybody knows that they were the best. I'm gonna hop into skin tones. I'm gonna start off on my face because 1, I've known it longer, I'm more familiar with it, and 2, I haven't done colored pencil work since my very first video, which was the last week of September of last year. So if I'm a little rusty with anything, I would much rather mess up my face than Will's. So let's get down to business. I'm a little red, and I've also got like blush on and shading and everything. And I've got more red undertones in my skin as well. So I'm gonna start off with like a pinky color up here at my hairline. And we are just gonna lightly layer quite a lot. And just do some of the shadows and smile lines and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people would be like, oh, I'm not going to include my smile lines or anything like that. It makes it look more natural when you do, whether or not you like them about yourself. If you give yourself perfect skin, or anybody perfect skin in a portrait, and I know I'm talking like I do portraits all the time, but this also works with anything else. If you make anything look just too perfect, it's gonna look wrong. It's not gonna look natural. It's not gonna look realistic. You've got to give imperfections. And also, I'm proud of my smile lines. Honestly, it means I'm a happy person. It means I've laughed a lot. And I've had good friends. Really, all this work and I screwed up my nose? This doesn't look good to me. Ugh. I don't want to work on my face right now. I really don't. Oh no. But I have to. It's a gift. You have some that come from up top, and they tend to be a little darker. Nobody's teeth are perfect, and everybody's teeth have little lines in them, so I'm just trying to add that. So I decided to make my eyes a little bigger, or my pupils a little bigger, because I wasn't really paying attention. I was talking about having astigmatism earlier. Yeah, my eyes cross real bad. And you can very much tell in this photo because my glasses were down on my nose. So I'm trying to just kind of even it out. I mean, I know I was talking like you want your artwork to be realistic, but there are things that we can change. And I also realized that I could still see some of my lines, so I'm just gonna really lighten Will's face up. I don't want to mess him up. And for him, I'm actually going to lightly put in his facial hair ahead of time so that I don't lose it. And while I am drawing Will, I would like to just give him a little shout out here. So this is, like I said earlier, for Valentine's Day. This is his Valentine's Day gift, or at least part of it. He doted upon, but he especially so, and it's because he does the same to me. Will is just amazing, and he deserves the recognition. He has his flaws, as does everybody. I definitely have mine. I'm not claiming to be perfect by any way, shape, or form, but he treats me like a princess. And I've never asked to be treated like a princess. I'm not like, when I say high maintenance, I mean like your stereotypical, like, buy me this, do this for me, that kind of thing. And I just wanted to give him a real big shout out, because this man, whenever I say this, he always gives me hell for it, because he says I do. But I never feel like I deserve the love and the attention and like just the level of everything. I'm not saying I don't deserve love. He's just amazing. And I'm not saying this just to suck up. Why would I? If I didn't feel it, I wouldn't be doing this. I hate doing portraits, I'm gonna be honest with you. And it's not something he asked for either. I just wanted to do it because I felt like this would be the most sentimental and appropriate due to my hobbies and the things I like to do and my abilities. Not to say I'm the best artist in the world, but I've definitely seen better. I just felt like it was a very appropriate gift. This will be our third Valentine's Day as a couple. So basically how I'm getting at this is the same way I was doing the eyebrows, and I'm kind of just putting lines for hair, and then I will go over it with a few complementary colors. It's almost like pointillism, but instead of dots, it's lines. So in some of the more rigid areas, I'm just doing straight lines to fill in space. He has a very thick beard, so I'm kind of just doing some wavy, curly lines. And then I'll go back and essentially do the same thing over with different colors of brown. And shade and highlight with that. You can play your video now.
She's got her paw on my arm.
Aww.
Like she's trying to hold me down.
She loves Daddy. Oh, my hand needs a break. It's hurting. So let's try and center this and keep any pet hair off of it. Alright, that looks good to me. So Will kindly agreed to do a reaction on video or on audio. He didn't want to be on video, but he agreed to be on audio. So here's that. Alright, baby, you ready to see it?
Sure. Tell me.
Wow, it looks really good. You got the deep green.
I was trying.
I know.
I know it's not
didn't
your
think it was
camo,
really
but...
that deep. It looks good. It's a little
like
off
it?
center though in the picture frame.
Okay, you weren't supposed to notice that. But I can always fix it later. You like it?
Uh-huh.
Happy Valentine's Day, my love.
Thank you, sweetheart.
So if you liked this video, or you like my art, hopefully you like both, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to stay artsy.